What is going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back after the new year, and I was going to say I've missed being away, but watching some of this football, I'm not 100% sure that's the truth. But here with Amir, we've drawn 1-1 at home to Sunderland, and I thought for large parts, especially in the first half, things to be happy with. I think it was a lot better than what we saw on Thursday. I think Frank clearly went with a more attacking lineup, and he's like, I need to change it up. I can't be sitting what I saw Thursday night. Tell's got to start. Odegaard in the 10. Rishi, Kudas. So I do think there was a lot more. Intent today. I wouldn't say we blew them away or anything, but we definitely had them under control. We definitely were a better side for the first half, looking a lot more energetic. I don't think creative is the right word. I don't think we looked very creative, but we looked energetic. We were, had a few shots on goal from a few different angles. Obviously, we got the goal from a set piece. Classic Tottenham, very similar to the goal we scored against Palace the other week. There's free connections in the box. We get the last contact, but second half, you want to kill the game off, and we just allowed the game to drift away from us. What are your immediate thoughts? Did you think it was a bad performance? Do you think a draw was a fair result, or do you think it was unfair that they equalised?
No, I don't think it's unfair. They equalised at all, Sim. I think they deserved the point that they got here. They fought until the end, and in that last 20 minutes, there was only one team on the pitch, and that was Sunderland. We failed to grab the second. That's where we lost this game. We lost this game in the first 20-25 minutes of that second half. We could have scored a second. We had some great chances, but yeah, we just didn't get that second, and we kept dropping back, sitting deeper and deeper and deeper, and their goal was just inevitable really at the end of the day. And it comes down to us failing to control a game properly. Although we controlled aspects of the play in the first half, and yeah, we did. We were better than Brentford, but you can't do it at this level for 45 minutes here, 30 minutes, no, 10 minutes here, there, yeah. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. You give them a sniff here and they'll take it. That's what they did. And I'm very, very disappointed by that performance. Very disappointed.
I think definitely in the second half, I haven't seen the stats yet, but I would hazard a guess we had a lot less possession in the second half than we did in the first half. And I think that's definitely a plan from Thomas Frank to hit them on the counter and draw them onto you, give them the encouragement, because I think that first half we were the ones in the ascendancy. We were the ones pressing high. We were the ones kind of asking them the questions.
So why not
we were pressing.
Doing that?
I think the tactic was because maybe I don't know if we ran out of energy, or I don't know what the reason was, but I think I think it was a deliberate plan. I think it was a deliberate plan to give them the ball and hit them on the counter. Now, we did have a few chances. Rishi, could have laid in Moani for one chance. We had a few moments, didn't we, in the second half, but again, nothing too clear cut. I think there's obviously moments if we find the right pass, maybe we can get a really good chance, but we didn't end up doing it. But I think we really paid for that approach in that last 15 minutes, especially after Bergvall Paulinia came on. They didn't affect the game in a positive way, in my opinion, and I think we kind of lost control of the game at that point, because I thought up until after the 70th minute we would keep them at arm's length. They really didn't have a lot, but then it kind of switched with 20 minutes to go. All of a sudden they were getting a lot closer to our goal. They were creating a few more openings, and it wasn't a surprise when they did equalise, even though they were only on top for about 5 or 10 minutes. It wasn't a massive surprise, because you could see they were getting more and more encouragement. They were getting more and more openings, and you just need one opening. That's the thing. When you go into that negative mindset, which we did with 20 minutes to go, when you're playing against teams in the Premier League, they can always find a moment. Either a moment or a moment of luck, but it wasn't luck. They opened us up, and obviously Bobby found the equaliser, and that was massively frustrating. Obviously, Frank threw caution to the wind after. Brought on Scarlett late on, but we never really looked like winning the game. Obviously, Paulinia has that chance in the last minute, but when I'm thinking about in my head incidences or moments in the game, there's not much I can kind of think of. Again, it was it wasn't the most exciting game, let's put it that way. As much as the performance was okay for large parts, again, when it comes to am I enjoying watching these games in this team, the answer has to be no, yet again. And I think today, even like when I was watching a game in the first half, everyone was obviously really happy. We're 1-0 up, we're doing all right. But I was sitting there thinking, look, I am happy about it, don't get me wrong, because it's much better than what we've seen. But in a different context, this is probably us just getting over the line on an off day, you know what I mean? This is us doing okay, not our best, but scoring from a set piece and getting something. But because of how bad we've been this season, for large parts of this game, this was us being a lot better than we are. So everyone's like, oh, this is a positive step in a positive direction. But I wasn't even that impressed when we were on top. No. I thought we pressed well. I thought the big element you would say is we defended very well for large parts. But going forward again, not much to really shout about. Obviously, Kudus being injured now could be a massive blow.
Huge problem, Kudus being injured. We're going to lack a lot of creativity up top. Look, did we create any clear-cut opportunities? I would say not so many. Maybe one or two that I can think of. We need to be a bit sharper up in that final third. We need to be doing a lot better, because if we did manage to get that second goal, it's game over, and we would have come away with 3 points. I'm very, very disappointed with letting them back into it the way we did. And you can say we defended well. We did maybe for 70 minutes, but then as soon as we dropped off, that's it. We let them into the game. The momentum swung towards Sunderland, and they just took advantage of it. And it was a great finish in the end for the equaliser.
And it's just our luck as well. We've just sold Brennan, and Kudus gets injured. Kudus gets injured the very next game. How is your luck? And there's also talk about selling Tell, who I thought was one of our. He looked quite sharp at times today. Obviously, he had a couple of moments, but I wouldn't say. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say he was brilliant. I don't think he was, but he was. I thought at times was our brightest attacker. So, and he's on apparently talking about him leaving. So there's a lot of serious. If we're going to let these players go, there is so much work and signings. Exactly, that's the problem. We've already sold Johnson without bringing anyone in. So we've got that to go through. If we let go of Tell as well, all of a sudden we've got 2 attackers down, and who are we realistically going to get in January? It's going to be very different.
Luca Williams-Barnett, give him a run out better than any of these lot I can see out there.
Just want to mention though, Ben Davis, he scored his goal. He had a clearance off the line as well during the game, so he played quite well. Got to give him a lot of credit. Probably, up there, one of our players. Fulham just scored. But yeah, it looks like Fulham's got a last-minute winner, which is not good for us. Again, missed opportunity today. If we would have won, we could have gone 2 points behind Man United in 5th. Really starting to look up the table. Every time we have these opportunities,
it's the same old thing with Tottenham. It's the same old thing. We allow teams, oppositions into our stadium, and it's like a nice day out for them. It's like a nice day out. They're going to get some points.
Again, we're not winning games. I haven't seen us win a game at home since Bodo in the Europa League last season. We're in 2026 now. We're in 2026. Absolutely. I haven't seen us win at home this season. Oh man, it's a joke. It's an absolute joke. But look, I'm not happy with the result. The performance was a bit better than what we saw on Thursday, but there's still a lot to be desired. It's not like I watch this and think, wow, if we play like this more often, I'm going to be happy. I didn't get that feeling. And did I think the boos at the end were harsh? I think in the context of what's been happening, no. I think if you take this game in isolation, maybe. But I think in the context of our horrible home form and some of the football,
I don't think it's harsh at all, Sim. To be honest with you, you've got fans here that have paid to see home performances like Fulham, Bournemouth, Wolves.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying in the context of this season, I agree it's not harsh. But in the context of just this game, was it like a booable performance? Probably not. But
I think if you drop points to a team that's just come up from the Championship at home, I think that is very good.
Yeah, but you've seen them this season. They've been quite good, haven't they?
Yeah, but it's not good enough for where we want to be, Sim, for me. We shouldn't be allowing teams like Fulham, Bournemouth come in here and getting 3 points, but we do. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. We make it too easy for them to come here to our stadium. It's a nice day out to London for them. Nice big old stadium, nice lovely dressing room, nice brass, nice fans. not giving it enough. I don't understand where we're going so wrong at home. It can't be that our form away that much better than our home form, and it can't continue like this. Frank will be gone if this home form continues. He's gone.
And it's just our luck as well. On Wednesday, we have Bournemouth on paper winless in 11. You're thinking, okay,
can we do it?
We're playing them a good time, but Dr. Tottenham, look at Forest. They've lost 5 of the last 6. What's the one in the middle? Tottenham, beating us 3-0. So nothing can be guaranteed. And these 2 draws now in the last couple of games, look, they're not losses, but they're also not good results and also not great performances. Maybe today a bit better, but there's just it's not, nothing's helping the situation. And at the moment, look, today wasn't as bad as what we have seen, and there are reasons to think today was better, but there was still a clear negative mindset at the end of that game, and I think that is what cost us at the end. And as well, we're still struggling to really create good quality opportunities, and I think today was another example of that. Even though we're on the front foot for large parts,
it was a little bit better.
It was a little bit better, like intent-wise, but in terms of quality-wise, there was still a lack of ability to create good quality chances. So, look, I'm going to go. We're going to be in the studio tomorrow. We'll see you soon. Like, subscribe, and comment, and as always, come on Spurs.